Alright. Okay. Looks like we're live. How's it going, guys? How's it been? Did I press done on this? I probably fucking didn't, did I? Shit. Oh no, I did. That's good. It's all good. YouTube, how's YouTube doing? Hey, Juan. Used to work with a guy named Juan. Pop this out. Give me a second. Hey, Eldritch, how's it going? Hey, Lewis. Alright, let me just send out a message, tweet, all that. Really should do this beforehand, but I forget. Copy that. Reading on Superhuman. Come by. And another day. Shit, I should probably. Hang on. Let's pull up the Discord. Alright, that'll do. I think that's done. So how's it been going, guys? How have you been? You been alright? What's been happening? First, bonjour. Hey, Song Maps. Scyther, how's it going? Just one. I'm boring at the job. Yeah. I feel that, man. Remember those days? Just working. God, that sucked. Fuck me. But yeah. Dave in your face. Bro, it's 4 p.m. Is it? No, for me. For me, it's 9. Alright, let's pull up the tablet again. Oops. Hi, Wilrod. Hey, MW. How's it going? I really like the change of the streaming time. What's the reason for it anyway? Because I've got an appointment at the usual time. Over here in Australia, it's Sunday, Mother's Day. So I'm going to go have lunch with my mum. Go see old mum. And that's basically the reason. I don't know if I'll keep it this time. I'm not sure. Maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah. I've only got a couple hours. I probably should have scheduled it earlier, but I didn't want to wake up earlier. So, yeah, we'll stream for a couple hours, have a chat. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all this. I got a lot of screenshots. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of them. Maybe I will. I don't know. It just depends how fast I read, how much I talk about it. But yeah, I've got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to chat. Then I head off. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Because the bloody Twitch thing, what do you call it, restarted because the month I started is new, got cut off. I don't know. So I didn't get the fucking affiliate. It went back down to 6 days out of 7. So I have to do another stream. So that's annoying, but yeah, we'll get to it. Hello, Mr. Weird. Hey, dude. Dude, why? A stream that isn't midnight for me. What a day to be alive. Yeah. Which is better, play Superhuman on PC or Android? Probably PC. I just assume PC. Bigger screen. Easier to click through. It's just all around easier. PC, but I'm biased as fuck. I think it's the right answer. By the way, Weird World, there's a minor argument in spoiler chat of the Discord. What project will you do next? The sequel of Superhuman or the vampire game? Well, you'll find out when I get to the end. And did I say vampire game would be next? I don't think I ever said that. Like, it could be any. I've got a bunch of games that I could do. The vampire's not first in line. Although it'll be either the vampire or the necromancer one. Pope Biscuit, doing well. Hung out with my mum and grandmother for Mother's Day. Hey, I'm doing that later today. How's life in the Upside Down land? Yeah, it's alright. There's nothing special really happening. It's winter time around here, so it's a little bit cold, but where I live, it doesn't really get too cold. So it's alright. Alright, and one anyways from YouTube. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, yo, Weird World. Where exactly are you reading the feedback from? Your Discord? Yeah, Discord, the Patreon, TF Games, F95, and itch.io. I just got a bunch of screenshots from all of them. The ones that look like long and detailed. I didn't get all of them, but just I saw some of the reviews and the comments that looked like long, and then I screenshot those, and then we'll have a read of them here. That's where it's all coming from. Shout out Weird World Mum for giving birth to the chatters dev from the entire empire. Thanks, mate. Thanks. I forgot it's Sunday already in the world. Yeah. Doing a fun rebrand of my cult. No more dog clappers, just shadowism and shadowists. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's probably a bit not a brand friendly name, eh? Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay. Not too crazy if you are on F95. Are they a fan of that over there? I don't know. Yeah, I forgot your seasons are opposite ours as well. Hope it's not too cold. Nah, it's alright. It's alright. Where I live, it doesn't get too cold. Question, Mr. Weird World. Could we know the planned name of the other game so we don't just call it the vampire game? No, because I haven't named them yet. I've got some names in mind, but I haven't decided on one. So no, it's just the vampire game, the necromancer game. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah. Alright. I think that's enough of the starting off. We'll get into it. And see how we go. See if we manage to finish it. I should be able to get it. I didn't snapshot too many. I reckon 2 hours is probably enough. Right? Yeah. What the fuck was that moan, Weird World? Did I moan? I don't know. I would be interested in either a vampire or a necromancer game, so I'm here for the long haul. Love the last cliffhanger. Can't wait for the next update. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they'll turn out good. I imagine they will. I'd say probably will. Probably. But you never know. Might just be the Superhuman is the one-off thing. And maybe my next games will be dog shit. Who knows? It's hard to say. But, yeah, we hope for the best. We hope for the best. Alright. Let's get started. We got... Where's this from? Is this from... Oh, this is from Patreon. Yeah, I did the Patreon first. Yeah, yeah, because that's when I that's when I posted the thing. It is what it is, though. Yeah, yeah. It just, I'm sure it'll be fine. The only thing I'm saddened by is Weird said he toned down the breast size. Well, the characters that already have massive tits are still going to have massive tits. It's just that the newer characters going forward might not have the ridiculous size. If you mean in the new game, I'm sure there'll be a variation. There'll be some with like massive honkers, and then there'll probably be some with medium size. You know. We got a message from Crawford. Yeah. I love the story so far, especially how well you captured how a regular man deals with how his life would extremely change, forcing him to adapt to his environment, to overcome the difficulties he faces. With little guidance along the way, my only request is if there's multiple endings, I hope there's a good harem ending. Yeah, that's something I thought about a lot originally. But how would it, like an ordinary dude, like just an average Joe, because that's what the MC was basically, in a lot of ways, personality-wise anyway. How would a normal dude react to having like power like that so suddenly? And I'm not sure if I did. This guy seems to be happy with the job, but I'm not sure if I did that good of a job. I feel like the obvious starting point would be you'd use it for sex. Everyone would, obviously. That's just how it would go. And I feel like I probably missed some opportunities like that. Because in the early on, I didn't really use the character a whole lot for sex. Like the shape-shifting powers a whole lot for sex. Like, it's not like you would... I planned to like shapeshift like into other women's boyfriends and fuck that way, which is kind of fucked up really if you think about it. But that was the idea. And there's a lot of different ways, like transform into a celebrity or some shit, you know, and you walk in and all the girls want you because you're fucking, I don't know, Brad Pitt or whoever the superhuman equivalent of that would be. And I never really got around to that. So yeah, because I kind of dived in right into the action with getting attacked by the thugs and all that. So I don't know, even though this guy says I did a pretty good job, I don't know how good a job I really did. At least in terms of the sex part. In terms of the violence part, that was also difficult. Because on the one hand, any normal human would be scared out of their mind, even if they had powers. They'd be terrified. I'm not sure exactly how they would respond to that kind of fear. Of knowing that people are out to kill you like that. I'm not sure exactly if the MC properly portray that, because I don't even know how a human would properly understand that. And I could have delved more into that, but the problem with that is it's giving too much emotion to the MC, and I don't like giving too much emotion unless it's coming from the reader. So that's another problem. Like, and then there's also an aspect of no one wants to feel like a pussy, even if it's realistic. People don't want to play a pussy, like, which is strange because a lot of adult games, visual novel type games, you are a pussy, and like a huge amount of them, which I don't really get why. Maybe it's just my personal tastes, but yeah. For me, I decided early on that the character wasn't going to be too much like that. I mean, there can be aspects of fear and stuff like that, but you don't want them just cowering the whole time, you know. So I don't know. I appreciate the words. I'm not sure if I agree with them though, but I appreciate it. Very erotic stream. Yeah. MC is far from normal to me. He adapts quite well to the situation and is able to think clearly in difficult situations. Yeah, but that's not exactly abnormal, is it? Like, there are some people who are just like quick-witted, you know, like clever like that, but who aren't necessarily the best at like school things and stuff like that. There's a lot of people like that. Also, there's also a lot of people who don't think things through, don't do a lot of planning. There's all types of characters that are intelligent in some ways, stupid in other ways, you know? And I don't know that the MC is particularly abnormal in any particular way. Well, he's fairly quick-witted when it comes to fighting, but other than that, there's nothing especially strange about him. You know, his origins aside. There ain't anyone in the world competent enough to remove that shoe. The fuck are you talking about? Imagine if Daryl got MC's power instead. Oh yeah, that'd be an interesting one. I don't think he'd benefit from it the same way the MC would though, and I don't think the MC would benefit at all really from Daryl's power if they switch it around. It'd be worse for both of them. Weird World, especially NTR games. Yeah, but for NTR, there's at least a point. If you're playing as the cuck, then obviously, if you were the Chad, you'd just kill him, right? Which is kind of what I did for my game. So, I mean, if you're playing an NTR game, it kind of has to be that way, I think. Nobody wants to play a pussy. This guy gets it. Yeah, that's my thoughts as well. But for some reason, a lot of them are. I don't really understand why. Especially in Japanese games, actually. Maybe that's why. It's the fucking anime influence. So many pussy anime protagonists that it's kind of rubbed off on the visual novel genre as a whole. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Like they feel like that's just the most appropriate. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of games have MCE be such a little bitch. Yeah. Depends on the type of situation. Some people go mental, others chill to most things. Yeah, but I feel like the imminent death, like 99% of people, even if they think they'll be chill, they won't actually be chill. Like, I've had near-death experiences before. Like, I got hit by a bus once. That was a hell of a time. So, yeah, I think a lot of people think they might be calm under, like, imminent death kind of situation, but I don't think they would. I think most people would shit their pants. And that's also another reason why I didn't want to make the MC too afraid. Because even though most people would be afraid, they don't think they'll be afraid. They think they'll be all right. So there's that as well. But then again, I suppose cops, they're not the most mentally healthy, but they handle it all right. But then I think it's a little different knowing that someone's out to kill you and knowing that on the job that you might be killed. I don't know. I think it's a little different. MC is clever and smart to fight and shit and to adapt, but a jackass and everything else? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. Love from Sweden, Weird World. Have a good stream and keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, Gangster Viking from Sweden. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nah, MC is neither normal or abnormal. He's clever, but like Song said, yeah. He's clever in his own way. Winterworld also does a good job with the power scaling. Everything is quite consistent. Yeah, for a story like this, I think that's kind of important. Like a lot of shows kind of just don't worry about it. They just, as long as it's cool, as long as it's fun, then it's they're okay with it. And I think that approach is fine. But me personally, I like things to be considered. I'm kind of like it's not OCD, but it's something like that where if something's inconsistent, it like sticks out to me and pisses me off. So for my game, I try to stay away from it. And even then, my game pisses me off in some ways. So yeah. Not necessarily. A good portion of NTR games have various routes such as good end, but you still are just a pussy in the end. Yeah, true, but it's not a good end because you're killing the guy doing it. It's because you're winning back the girl. So it's not really the same. I just want one NTR game where I can pull out a shotgun and end people, genocide. Yeah. I feel the same. I respect any game that encourages me to do violence. Yeah, so most games in the world. Yeah. It's weird to think that most games out there, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, they're all about killing. It's just, we love to kill as a species. That's kind of weird, don't you think? And then sex is viewed as such like, that's the R18 part. Yeah. The most natural thing versus killing. So unnatural, but everyone does it in games. I guess maybe that's why people want to escape the real world, so they want the most unnatural thing. They want the killing. That's probably what it is for me as well, to be fair. MC not being a coward gives value to fear, in my opinion. I agree. And there are instances where the MC does feel fear. Like when he first encounters the monsters. Like, there's fear there. Worried he's going to die. So there is fear. It's not going to be his whole shit, You can't be afraid all the time. Even though he should be, because the mafia's after him. But yeah. It's important to me that power scaling is done correctly, otherwise it ruins my immersion. Can't watch a show or play a game after that. I can play a game after that, but a show, because a game has gameplay, so if it's good gameplay, I can keep going. But a show, yeah, I don't know. It bothers me. Hey, Will, did you see my review on itch.io? It's pretty big and long. Oh, is that you? Yeah, I got it. It's fucking the longest one I got. Jesus Christ. An NTR game, but you end up being NTRing the love interest by fucking the dude that got you. Yeah, that'd be a funny one. There must be a game like that somewhere. I mean, Japanese does the Japanese do so much shit. They must have a game like that somewhere. What about when he fought Valravn? Did he feel a little scared? Did he? He might have felt a little overwhelmed. I'm not sure if how scared he felt. He might have a little bit. But it wouldn't be like an overwhelming type fear, the kind of fear that would run away. Dominasaur can't make it, but he wanted to say hi. Oh, yeah. That's all right. I see Dom in the Discord plenty anyway, so, can't all be here. Kind of hard to be afraid when you can just shrug off bullets. Yeah, but there's a lot of other things out there. And even then, early on, bullets, you can shrug them off, but they can still get you early on. NTR game that is like MILF Revenge, but rather than fucking the monster of the bitch protagonist, you get her dad. Alright. So last stream you said that Aglaquith was 6'10", so around Michael's height, but in-game MC says that she's shorter than him, MC. Yeah, it could be. Maybe I just forgot what her height is. She's tall, but she's probably not MC. She's probably slightly shorter than MC. Like, how tall is the MC? MC shifts, but he's somewhere between 6'8" and 6'10". So it should be around 6'9" then. Although, no, MC is sometimes as tall as Michael. So she could be around as tall. Michael's 6'11". So Aglaquith being 6'10", yeah, that's probably about right. Or 6'9", 6'10", around there. Why didn't I get alerted about the stream? I put it on Twitter and Discord. Does Twitch send out notifications? I don't even know. Night of the Void, whoa, what's going on here? Hey, man. Wait. Are you on YouTube? Oh, I thought you were a Twitch viewer. Oh, well, yeah, good. Hey, Cuball. Alright. Let's have a look at the... Thanks for the info, yeah. I like very much the story and how it's developing over time, the fight scenes, the sex ones, and the normal ones that reveals how characters are evolving step by step. I don't really have any useful feedback because I really like what you've been doing until now, so keep it up. Though at some point in the game, it would be interesting to be able to see how much monster power has the monsters or superhumans really important, like Valravn or Nico, to compare between them. Yeah. I'll be doing character profiles still slowly over time. Just that I never do character profiles for people who are like a cut above the MC. Like I'll do people who are equal or below the MC, but I'm not going to be doing character profiles for like who are above them. So if you want to see like Nico, Valravn, full power, etc., you have to wait till the MC reaches their level, And even then, it won't be until they've like massively shown what they can do already. Like I'm not going to be giving spoilers on how they're going to fight and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to be patient on that one, but it will happen eventually. Just that you probably won't know what everyone can do until the game's actually fully over, really. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, I guess. I do like the slice of life quests the game has. It adds more story to expand the universe. Story-wise, I have not much to say. It's near perfection. I don't know about that, but the slice of life side quests, interesting. They add more to the story and expand the universe. I feel like they do. I don't know if all of them are up to the quality standard I'd like them to be, because obviously I put less effort into them than I do into the main story. But yeah, I like them as well. I think they added to the game. They're an important part to the start of the game, I think, in my opinion. So yeah. Personally, I've been very pleased with every update. So unless there's something to compare specific aspects rated, I'll most likely be choosing 10 each time. Well, that's good to hear. I also hope we get to meet our son someday. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's about the update review thing I'll be doing at the end of each month. Yeah, that'll be good to gauge how the update went, I think. And it'll give something else, some like an extra reason for the Patreon people to have a look at the public update post, because then there's something for them to do, a little poll that they can engage in. So that'll be a bit of fun. But yeah, pleased with every update. most updates seem to go around pretty well. There's people who don't like it, don't like this or that, but usually the reception is pretty positive to my updates. Some of them more than others, but yeah, generally it's a pretty positive reception, I think. But yeah, there's something I wanted to say about that. I forgot about my updates. Yeah, I don't know. Damn, I forgot. Shit. Question: is your VTuber hair like your hair IRL? No. I got short hair IRL, but it's like my hair used to be. I used to have a mullet back in the day. But yeah. These days, it just gets in my face too much. I don't like it. It pisses me off when I'm trying to read or some shit. So yeah. Fuck, what did I want to say about my updates? I'll read this again. Please verify update. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see when I get the when I get that poll out. See how they the updates. Yeah, I wanted to stack up how my updates compare to my previous updates. At some point, I want to do like a ranking poll where people rank the various arcs my story has gone to, like the Klaus arc, the Valravn one, the final Daryl arc, all that. I'd like to rank those to see which ones people like the best. Eventually, I'll get around to doing that. But anyway, let's move on. That was all the Patreon comments. Here's a Discord. Oh yeah, this was from the feedback. Oh, Eldritch Worm, you're somewhere around here, I think. What does that mask in the store do? Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Quick question, Weird World. Could we get a drop kick next update? What the hell is a drop kick? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Mullet, Redneck, Weird World. Yeah. Clark's arc was one of the best for me. Yeah, I like that one as well. I was pretty happy when I made that. I imagined Weird World with a Joe Dirt type hairdo. Yeah, I don't know. Raven arc is still my favorite by far. Super climactic fight. Yeah, I was a big fan of that fight. The diamond battle would be the first, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe. It's probably the most extensive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. But yeah, it's probably my favorite one. But you know. All right. This is just my general feedback for the game. I'm sure others have said the same stuff before, but I still wish to say it. Thank you, Will, for the amazing game. Oh, that's nice. You did something I've seen so many visual novels fail at. You made characters that feel like capable people and not characters whose lives revolve around the MC. This makes the game so much more compelling. The excellent story keeps so many people invested. Pairing the story with awesome fight teams, wonderful, wholesome moments, and amazing sex scenes makes the game as a whole even better. Once again, thank you, and I hope all the future updates and other games you're planning go smoothly. Oh, that's some kind words. Yeah, there's something in here that I made note of. Oh yeah. Making the characters outside the MC capable. Yeah, I think that's pretty important for a story. You can't. This is a problem I have. Not with visual novels, because in visual novels usually it's everyone else that's very capable, and the MC that's very incapable. But something that happens in anime, I don't know if shonen is the right category, but I think it does happen, is that they make the main character the only one who can do fucking anything, and that really pisses me off. I don't like shows that jack off the protagonist too much, especially when they have other characters commenting on it, but also when the main character is the only one who can do fucking anything. It just annoys me. I feel like, I don't know, it makes the world feel a lot more flat, in my opinion. One example of this is, I think I talked about this on the stream before, but Shield Hero. The anime Shield Hero. The manga was good. But yeah, in Shield Hero, the fucking main character is the only guy who's worth anything in the whole entire fucking series. Like everyone else is useless. They're all worthless, and that just annoys me. I think the story would be much better if the other heroes were actually competent and evil. I think that would make the story like way better. But yeah, it fucking annoys me. So I like to have characters that, one, are even stronger than the MC out there. Like, there's that. But also, like, allies that can actually do shit. That, like, they're not helpless without him, you know? I think that's very important for a story. God, this next update is going to hit? Yeah, I'd hope so. W music picks for the game. I felt like some of it was out of place. Some of the music. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't know how good of an ear I have for music, to be honest. I'm not really sure. You're not a fan of shonen? It's so overrated. I like shonen. It's just that some of them piss me off. That's all. Yeah. Hello, brother. When is the next version 0.99? I'm looking forward to the next update. I don't know, man. Yeah, probably June sometime. I put a Patreon post about it. Valravan arc is still my favorite. Yeah. I like the Mafia arc because it helps kick off the story with a bang. I agree. I think it was a strong start to the story. It took one problem with it though is it took a while to get into. Like I introduced the Mafia arc very early. I think like on the literal second day of the MC's time, or maybe the third, one of the two. So it happened very soon, very quickly. And I, like in that sense, but then I left it for a while to go into the Kenny arc. Well, Kenny wasn't really an arc, it's more like an event. It was kind of an arc because of the therapy afterwards, but yeah, then I left it a little bit for the Kenny part, and then after that I went into the Mafia. But then my updates were shorter back then, so maybe it was an alright time frame. Maybe it was fine. I don't know. I'll probably have to refurbish a lot of the early game to like make it up to current standards. I didn't really like the game until the Mafia arc was in full swing. See, this is something I've heard before as well. That's why I think I need to refurbish a lot of the early game. Still think that Jake arc was one of my favorites. Yeah, Jake arc was one of the more controversial arcs. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people, they didn't hate it, but they just didn't like it as much. So, yeah, it was one of the more controversial ones. I want to milk Alice to see if the milk glows like her whoops do. We'll see. Isekai sucks? Yeah, it depends. Mushoku Tensei is good. Made a porn game, doesn't like the main character getting jacked off. Instructions unclear. Please advise. Yeah. I would say that often the main character has a niche power that makes them overpowered so they still need other characters. Sometimes. Spearhero went hard as fuck in his spin-off manga. I like the original manga of Spearhero. I just don't like the anime. The anime, in my opinion, is fucking dog shit. Like, I like the manga. It's just the anime. They really turned off the whole jacking off Naofumi to low 11. They really fucked that up. If you refurbish the beginning of I support this, if you're looking for constructive criticism, yeah, it's not going to be like huge. Well, it's not going to be huge like changes. Like all the information will largely stay the same. But I'm just going to shift things around a little bit. Spit your shit, brother. You can cook. Yeah. Hopefully. I'd hope so. You have an amazing ear for music. I love just about everything you picked. Oh, you think so? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I love the music. I think you do a great job. Well, I don't make the music, but I just pick it and put it where I think it belongs. There hasn't been a single arc I didn't like. Oh, that's good to hear. I like the... What does F95 say? Yeah, we'll get into it. I've got some reviews up the top. So, it's still a while away. I think they're somewhere up here. I don't know if we'll get to it in time, but we'll have a go. Hello, Weird World. Question. What made you go, I'm going to make an adult novel game in which girls have huge ass tits? Originally I was going to do like a webcomic or something. And they probably still would have had big tits there, to be fair. But yeah, I figured visual novels I feel like visual novels are just so much more efficient at storytelling than manga. Like having to draw all those panels, like section them off and do all that shit. Like I could do it. It's just it feels like so much slower. Like I wouldn't I wouldn't even be halfway through the story that I've currently made it through if I was doing like a webcomic. I wouldn't even be half. It'd be less. It'd be a third. Maybe not even a third. Because you see how long some of those fucking things take. It takes for ages just to get through like a basic arc. I don't like that. For me, 2 or 3 updates and I've got a whole arc done. And I like that. Visual novel is just so efficient. I really like the format for it. So, which is what makes me think I'm probably never going to do a webcomic. I wouldn't mind someone else translating it. Like paying someone to translate it into a webcomic if I ever get like a bunch of money. But yeah, for me, the visual novel format is just so efficient. I just like the way you can like use sprites, reuse sprites, and it's too efficient. I don't know if I'll be able to let it go. The only thing I would speak out about in the beginning is how an Evo 4 Elo gets pierced by Evo 1 MC Poison Tentacle. Oh, her body can get pierced by anything. It doesn't really matter to her. Like her body's only as hard as she wants it to be. There'll be more details in it in the game, but that part's probably going to stay mostly the same. Well, somewhat the same. I'll redo the art and stuff, but Elo's Evo 4 body, it's as hard or as soft as she wants it to be. And quite often she wants it soft. Especially around the MC. Finished it up finally. Amazing shit. Unapologetically itself. And I await the newest update eagerly. Can't wait to put the Twink's head on a pike. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Yeah. Have you ever considered doing an RPG Maker game for any of your future stuff? I feel like you'd cook hard as fuck with one. I probably could. And having the combat aspect would be interesting. Like, instead of like in between the fight cutscenes, there'd be like actual combat. I think that'd be really cool. But that said, I think I just like Ren'Py better. I think I like playing Ren'Py better. I like developing in Ren'Py better. So yeah, is Malik a natural counter to the MC? Like if they are both level 5s, Malik would still have an advantage over the MC, right? Who knows? Maybe it'll happen one day. Maybe it won't. Who knows? You should play Deltarune in the future? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Alright. Get back to this. Jesus, I've only got through 2 and I've got so fucking many. How long have we done it? 40 minutes? Jesus. I don't even play the sex scenes anymore. The story is good enough. Yeah, I get this a lot. People say, yeah, come for the sex scenes, stay for the story. And yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Like, I enjoy making the sex scene. Oh, I enjoy making some of the sex scenes. Some sex scenes are boring to me. Making, and I just do it because, you know, it's a fucking porn game. You have to have sex scenes in it. But yeah, some of them I like doing. The interesting ones. Ella's ones especially. But yeah, I'm glad people are enjoying the story. And that's what they're saying for, because that's what I really enjoy doing. The main thing I like is doing the writing. Story is definitely the main drawing, but the sex scenes are still amazing. Yeah, that's good to hear. It's hard for me to tell if my sex scenes are actually good or not. I don't have any objective eye for it, so it's hard for me to know. Cherry on top, what's to say? Yeah. Alright, here's some criticism from Mufasas Lion. No, he's Mufasa, yeah. Only criticism I have is for the time mechanics. They're completely unnecessary and sometimes get in the way. I understand recording the game is a lot of work, could break saves. What do you mean recording the game? You mean redoing? But making every task not past time would let us see more content without compromise. For example, the fake therapist scenes were great characterization moments, but they're easily missed, and training/doing routes are generally priority because the days keep going, and you could brick your playthrough without training enough stats, lose interaction for not doing routes. I say making activity doable per half of the day, morning, evening, or at least make the story lore content take no time like sleeping, TV, watching does. That's interesting. The time content initially, in the early stages of the game, that was a big deal because at the end of each update, you wouldn't be able to do every option. You'd have to choose one and some would be left out. Initially, that was like to add replayability to the updates, you know? But thinking about it, in the end, I had always planned to, have them all available by doing like a loop at the end. which I think solved most of the problems. But this guy does bring up a good point with the therapist choices that happen during the day. Maybe I should just make that part of the day instead of like choices that you have to choose. But then that would fuck up my structure of how. Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. I can't be stuff fixing it. it's too much work. It's too much work. If you miss it, you miss it. You can always replay the game. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good criticism, but it's just too much work for me to fix. So, yeah. It's unless I add new side content to replace it. But nah. Maybe. I'll think about it. It might happen. Maybe. We'll see. Alright. There are some renders that feel a lot visually darker than they need to be, to the point I move around a bit trying to get a better look. I think there is a couple in the immaterial stuff, but one I saw doing a replay was the MC Identity Leaked. It's in Emily's room with shadow, and it looks like the lights in the room are turned off. The window blinds are shut, and somebody ate the sun outside. Yeah, a lot of my art is in the darker side of things, and it's just my style, really. But if it's getting to the point where it's visually hard to see, I probably should back off of that a little bit. Because it's easy to fix. I could just add a glow overlay to it, and I could fix it. But the problem is, I don't know if it's my eye or the monitor I'm using, but I can usually see everything. So I don't know. I can't tell what other people are seeing. So yeah, it's a bit difficult. Yeah, we'll give it some thought. We'll have a look. I thought there were a couple of scenes that were too dark in the beginning as well. Yeah. I think that's probably true. I just have a tendency to do that. Right, we got from Envy, petition for Weird World to put a joke in when it's like Dead End XX, you suck at the game, GG's. And then it cuts to Healing Garden next frame. Ah, right. Yeah, we'll see. What else we got here? Question. Because it's always been on my mind, but does the MC gain Kenny's powers in the bad end where Malik turns MC and infects students into ash? I don't know. Mostly asked because he seems to have a lot of what Kenny was able to do, like eating the infected oil zombies and getting back tons of energy form restored to a normal state. Yeah, it seems that way, but who knows? Alright, let's move on. This one's we got some suggestions. And I did want to cut this out because I do have something to say on this. But we'll give it a read first, and then we'll have a chat. Alright. Came up with some ideas for the game creator and was told the best place to put him would be here. One, leaning into the MC's venomous abilities, consuming animals like spitting cobras and bombardier beetle would be helpful, as spitting venom or boiling chemical spray of the bombardier beetle into your enemy's eyes would be a useful ability. Have especially against stronger or more skilled enemies with armor or skin that is very hard to break, or enemies whose abilities are reliant on their eyes like Danica. Basically, the MC would have powers similar to Spitting Dinosaur from the first Jurassic Park movie. An idea to finally use electric eel. Oh, this is number 2. An idea to finally use the electric eel, place the organ that generates electricity inside the spear from the Mantis cannon, and then activate it after it hits the target would be useful against enemies that can regenerate. Enemies that ignore smaller wounds and larger enemies with thick armor, as if you could get it through the armor. Through the armor, the blast could separate the armor layer from the softer tissue, causing it to fall off. Would also be useful against armored vehicles or aircraft if the MC ever has to deal with the military. Last thing it might be useful for is, depending on how big and powerful the explosion could get, might have a use against groups of smaller, weaker enemies that the MC wants to stay away from due to having weapons with electric properties like the plasma railgun. What does that last one mean? Might have use. Why would that have use against small enemies? I don't understand what it means by the last point. Number 3, last idea to the previous one. Put Daryl seeds in the spear, acid, napalm, high explosives, nerve gas. The sky's the limit when you combine those 2 characters' powers. Okay. For the first point, the problem is with the venomous abilities. is that any superhuman above 2, you could cause them pain, but you're not going to do much damage to them. Like, an animal's venom isn't going to... Well, let me caveat that. It could do damage to them, but you'll do more damage by stabbing them with a knife. Every time. So if you're going to be doing things like this, like venom type things, you're just gonna hurt them more by stabbing them. You might as well just get a big fucking sword and stab them in the heart, and you're done with it. And that's how it is. For the spitting things, spitting in people's eyes, that could be effective, maybe, because water can be harder to dodge than like a slash. Can be sometimes. The problem is the range and the amount he'd have to generate, and even then, I'm not sure that getting it in their eyes would do much at all. Like, even against Jake, I'm not sure. The poison worked like against him over time, but you'd never actually hit him with the spray, so even that wouldn't really work. So that's the problem with this goes to a larger problem. There's a lot of things the MC can do with his shapeshifting. He can do there's a lot of animals out there. There's a lot of abilities the MC can do. The problem, and some people have mentioned that, like, why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he lean more into these abilities? And the problem with that is that in almost every circumstance, stabbing them in the face is just more effective. Like, I feel like it's just a too contrived way of fighting, and then I'll have to over-explain it as well, so I have to put it in the fucking narrative, like the narration of the fight. I have to explain why this is effective, why this works, because I could do it. Like, I could do this, like, spraying in the eye thing. Like, I could do that. But I'd have to, like, over-explain it a little bit in the narration. And I feel like if it's too contrived in a battle where you could just so easily just cut him with a fucking sharp object. It'd just be so much more efficient. And I don't like those kind of contrived moments. It annoys me, if I'm being honest. So there's that. That's for one. For the second two ideas, they're pretty good ideas, actually. But the problem with those ideas is, I don't know if I want to say it. I have plans of doing things like this, but I don't add them in straight away. Like, for this thing of adding MC's seeds inside the spear, I've already thought of this long time ago. And I don't know how do I put this correctly. This is kind of a weird thing to say, so I'm not sure how exactly I want to say this. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Yeah, I'm not good. I feel like it's a kind of a dick thing to say. Yeah. Nah, we'll keep that to ourselves. We don't want to be too much shitty. Now, these last ideas are good. The problem is I've already thought of them. So, fair enough on you giving the ideas. No, that's fine. But, yeah, when it comes to overly shapeshifty things, it has to be something efficient and useful, like these last two ideas. The first one's probably not going to do much. We'll just leave it at that. One thing I've wondered about, this is a good question, is the Pughson superhuman like the MC would have a bush on him one scene, but the next he doesn't. The same with Tess as well. What made you decide to remove it? Because I can't be stuff drawing the pubes. I can't be fucked. It's too much work. That's the simple reason. The law reason is sometimes we shave, sometimes we don't. So that's the law reason. But yeah, the actual reason is I can't be fucked doing it. Plot twist: LA is mysterious, so Weird World can hide plot holes in it. I mean, it could be. So Granddaddy Nurgle gift. Yeah. Why waste power by trying to poison them when you could just try and see if you could pierce their flesh? Yeah. And the thing is, even if venom is good for damaging armor or some shit, but you have the mace for that, so overly complicated venom. Yeah, I don't know why venom would be good at damaging armor. It wouldn't be. Like, what do you think Bombardier beetle venom is? It's not getting through steel, let alone the other things that the MC fights. Why pierce them when you can fuck them? True. Evil will be like, A cups are big enough. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. But absorbing characteristics from animals will come back, or are you done with it? I'm basically done with it. Like, all the monsters that I want, all the animals that I want, I basically got. Like, if I think of one that's really useful, I might get it. But I'm not gonna bother with like other random types of animals, like different spiders and different snakes and all that bullshit. Bombardier beetles. It's just not useful. It'd be a too contrived way of fighting. I really hope there's more stat checks for the next update, Cole vs MC, because they seem to be less useful as of late. It's just that the MC hasn't really gotten in any tough situations of late. That's all. Stat checks are only there if there's like a chance of the MC losing. Like if MC is obviously more powerful than the person he's fighting, then there's not going to be a stat check because he's just going to win. It doesn't matter. Like the difference in his stats are not relevant enough for for it to contribute. So no animals, but what about monsters or other shit? Like since Daryl was talking about doing it with the MCs collab as they collab together. Yeah, exactly. I would put that line in as because that's how they're going to be going in. That'll be the new direction of the game. So yeah. Weird World, I had a question, but recently we discovered a bacteria that was visible to the human eye. About 1 centimeter. Jesus. I don't remember correctly, so I had the wild idea that MC turned into a bacteria and affected everyone and caused them to die of Ebola so the MC can revive them and do his necrophilic harem, and they call this the based Route 69. Shout out. Jesus. 1 centimeter bacteria? Really? That sounds fucking crazy. Are they like in Wales or something? What do they exist in? Jesus Christ. Fuck me. That's kind of scary. Alright. A few comments I have on the ideas. Leading into... Yeah, this is another one of these. Leading into the MC's venomous abilities, consuming animals like the spitting cobra and bombardier beetle would be helpful as spitting venom on boiling chemicals spray of the bombardier beetle into your enemy's eyes would be a useful ability. Especially... Is this the same thing? Did I just reread this? Oh, yeah, this is the same thing. It's the electric eel thing again. Did I just copy and paste the same thing? Or did he just say the exact same thing? I think they just said the exact same thing. Well, good enough. Alright. I just have one complaint question. Is there going to be content with Mia? Because I like her a lot. I've always wanted to have a tiny nerd classmate that I can save from getting bullied only to bully her myself, but in a more romantic way. Weird World said there'd likely be more Mia content after he implements her updated model, making her less childlike from what he said. Childlike, huh? Most people are fine with her design, including Weird World himself, but Weird World doesn't want to take any chances and have some idiots incorrectly call her underage and report the game. Yeah, I don't see it. Had to check my screenshot folder just to make sure. Well, I'm glad people don't see it. She wasn't really meant to be looking that way. But yeah, I mean, as for the people being fine with her design, I think it's fine. It's just that I want to update it because I'm going to update a lot of characters' designs. So she's going to be getting a new look. And yeah, there will be Mia content, but that doesn't necessarily mean like a Mia sex scene. I don't know if she's going to be romanceable or not, even though I kind of like teased it a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Just it's a matter of time. And if I can be bothered doing it. I like her character though, so maybe. Wouldn't venom or poison slow down the enemies while also annoying them? It'd be annoying. Like, for example, the pain venom that he used on Ella. That would work on anyone. Because basically all it does is make you feel pain. It's not going to like hurt. It's not going to hurt her or anyone really. Well, it might hurt like humans. I think it can stop a human's heart actually. That venom. And to like someone like Jake, you hit him like enough over time, it'll eventually wear them down. But the main thing about it that would even work on like the higher grades of people is the pain that it causes. So it works as like a distraction. But even then, why would you distract someone when you could kill them? You know? When you could stab them in the face. So that's why it doesn't get used too often. Like, going for the kill is just the smarter option. If you can hit someone with a killing tentacle, then a poison one isn't that much better, really. You know? He was quoting the other guy and then gave his opinion about what he said. I don't know what that's referring to. Mia's always struck me as petite rather than childlike. Guess some dudes out there have never seen a petite one. Yeah, her head's pretty big, but yeah, that's true. I mean, the world of big busty women, Mia's not winning. Yeah. The whole melting armor shit would apply to insects. There's no saying it'd work on superhumans just as well. It wouldn't. The MC absorbs the sea cucumber and shits out his guts at the enemy and runs away. Yeah. Another great ability of the animal kingdom. Animals can do some really weird shit. It's when I was reading into them for, researching the MC's powers, there was some cool stuff, even though I didn't use a lot of it. Right, geez, this is a long one. From Void. Is this Knight of the Void? Is this yours? I don't know if Knight of the Void and Void are the same thing. About the story. There isn't much to say. I love it. It's your story, and since there aren't any major plot holes that I'm aware of, there isn't anything to complain. It's a VN, so one should expect there to only be clicking and not something outside of its scope. What makes that part about the game great is how a lot of the available content to click and carry their own unique consequences. Yeah, there's a few consequences. Yeah, that's true. Forming your somewhat own narrative. What elevates the gameplay is the vibe the game carries, the great and iconic music. Looking at your Streetwalk Manifesto. Yeah, a lot of people like that Streetwalk Manifesto song. I was surprised. Like, I liked it as well, but I didn't think it'd be like the most popular. I think it is the most popular track in the game. But yeah, good work to TechnoAxe for that. As well as not really horror, but dark theme of the game. It puts you in the mood for excitement and gives one a level of dread about the weight of one's decisions. The following consequences, certain events or changes in stats, in general about what is going to happen, playing with characters' anticipation that way, and by giving each arc and update a certain highlight about really gives them and the game an edge. The build up and the walking to last update. Oh, the climax, yeah, Colin this, or Bernhardt versus Aisheth, keep doing that. Each arc and each update a certain highlight. Oh, the build-up of the walking to the last updates. Yeah, I do like the simultaneous escape that everyone had like at the end of the last update. I thought that was cool. That was a cool end. Fights in a VN are already pretty limited, but I think you handled that pretty well by providing choices with certain stakes, the aspects of the stats and the variety of unique and powers and abilities. I'll try to, yeah. Opting for the best stats to gain in a fight and building one's own preferred build based on skill, experience, and or raw power is pretty fun and entertaining despite VNs being somewhat linear most of the time. Yeah, that's a hard one to do with fights. Like, you can't really do gameplay in a visual novel, at least no kind of gameplay that I'd enjoy doing. So having the fights be like a choice-based, and you can win or lose or do better or do worse, I like that. I think that's something that's pretty unique to my game. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan, if I if I do say so myself. The slice of life aspect of the game is pretty enjoyable. I like how deep certain characters and relationships are fleshed out, especially since these bonds one has formed now find even more importance as of the last two updates. Oh yeah. Having your memories linked to all the different characters because of the bonds you've made. Yeah. I feel like one thing, I don't know how well I've done the relationships between each characters. I like to think I did a good job, but I think one thing that helps is by how long the game's been running, because it's a long fucking game at this point. I don't know how many hours it takes to complete the game. Like, because the way I play is different to how everyone else is going to play it, obviously, because I'm fixing shit and all that. But it's a long fucking game. And having like consistent characters for so long, I think it forms like an inherent attachment even outside of the events they're actually doing.
Like even out of like character bonding moments, just having them on screen for so long really, really connects you to the characters in a way that a lot of other mediums don't. Like for example, JoJo. If any of you have seen JoJo, the anime, Stardust Crusaders. A lot of the episodes in that season, a lot of them are basically filler. Like if you could cut out like probably half of them, and you'd still understand the story perfectly. Like you get to Dio, and everything would be fine. You understand like most things if you cut out like half the episodes. But the reason I like that they keep all those episodes and have all those episodes is because it really bonds you to the characters. It makes when certain characters get injured or died, it makes you actually really care. And I think that's really valuable. So I appreciate that about things like JoJo and like longer games like mine. The concept of bad endings is also pretty amazing, as they also provide some extra lore, making them somewhat desirable to collect. Yeah. Like I said last stream, or the stream before, I can't remember. I got that idea from ReZero, like including in like dead ends, like little lore bits that doesn't tell you a whole lot, but like kind of hints at certain things. Yeah, so I like that. That's one of the more enjoyable parts of making the game. I like making those types of dead ends. I like them a lot. Here's a criticism. Here we go. Here lies my only criticism of the game. Certain stats, they're being mostly slut and energy, seem to have been forgotten. The slut stat was never actually in the game. Like I have it in the code, but I never gave that to the players. So that's your fault if you care about the slut stat. It's not a thing. It may be used at some point. It may never be used. It's just whatever I feel like. And energy that's fair criticism. Seem to have been forgotten. They mostly could be a build up for something that to come, but are rather useless and irritating as of now. The issue, for example, has been fixed for the instance of money, as it now holds some major value. That's true. Like money early on was useless. Increasing stats as of the last couple of updates. Yeah, that was a big problem with the money system early on. I didn't really know what to do with it after, because a lot of the shop items I didn't end up using, so you kind of wasted your money on those. But yeah. The game works on a time format, dividing the day into different times and therefore certain actions. Most updates also contain the span of an in-game week, yet there isn't a tracker for the in stats window. That is not a mod. I don't really mind that actually, but thought it was weird how much emphasis the game lays on time, gameplay, and narrative. The reason why I don't have a day tracker is because at certain instances in the game, there's like time skips. Like after the Kenny fight, you're passed out for I think like a month or something, around then. And I didn't add like extra days for that, so it wouldn't really be accurate if I included a day counter, because it'd only count the days that you actually play through instead of the time skip ones, which might confuse the audience a little bit. And also, I want the time that's actually passed in the game to be somewhat ambiguous, because it gives me more freedom. So that's the reason for that. At first, I didn't even realize that there was a stat window, as it was never directly mentioned. Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, that's on me for rushing through the game and enjoying it so much, creating save files on the fly despite it being the little first option available in the menu. Yeah. TLDR, I love the game and would only wish for a few quality of life adjustments. Yeah, that's fair. The slut thing's never going to be a stat in the stat menu, because it's something that I don't even know if I'm going to use. Energy might come back, maybe. I have use for it, but I don't know if I want to make it a stat in the menu. No, that's not me. I'm only ex-Potaz. You told me that last time. I keep forgetting that people who are not the same name they are on Discord. But I don't have yeah, that's fair. I'm trying not to be annoying, but is it possible to change my in-game credits from Knight of the Void to Ex-Potaz? Sorry, you can do that. That's fine. Just send me a message on Discord so I remember. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. Oh, another suggestion. I don't remember who said it on Discord, but someone had an idea to add a gallery of all the fight scenes. Yeah. I said I might be doing that. That might happen in the future. It takes a while to complete the game. It probably takes days at this point if you are stuffed to actually read everything. I don't know if it takes days, but yeah, it takes a while to complete the game. That's true. Streetwalk Manifesto is basically an iconic part of the game. Don't think Superhuman would feel the same without it. yeah. It's a good track. It's a good track. Yeah, Jojo. Yeah. Is there any reason why Xanth is not superhuman, but his son is, or is he masquerading as an old scientist to earn the respect of an elder? Well, you'll find out more as more of the game gets revealed. Weird, yes, I bonded with Liz, but you took her away from me. Sorry, mate. Sorry about that. It took me like 5 months to get to the Michael vs. Line. 5 months, Jesus. Because I used to play like 3 to 4 hours, taking my time to understand everything about the game. Jeez, that's dedication. But when I caught up, I just went for the quick route and fast read everything. Yeah. I think you've done a fine job on the relationship between the characters, and as excited as I am for the next day, I'm pretty sad about Liz. Yeah, I got a lot of messages about that. One of my favorite bad ends was the first fight with Ella, when you have too much power and you see what I think was the 7th. Yeah. Was that the first one? No, the first one was the fight in the diner, where you go crazy. I still say the fight in the prologue against the guys harassing Ella should give a skill point if you beat them. Yeah, it might do. I think... Did I already change that? I might have already changed that. I don't know. Or maybe I'll change it later on. Here's a suggestion for fun. When the players meet Demi for the first time, add a third option that says, I don't know, and it randomly selects a gender for the true trap experience. I don't know how to do random generation in Renpai. I probably could learn, but I can't be stuffed. It took me like 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week to finish it all. And I was playing like 7 hours a day. Jesus! 7 hours times 3 or 4. So that put 28 hours to finish the game on the far end. Jeez. Okay. That's a fair amount of time. Was those guys in the first fight Jared's goons? No, but they used the same silhouettes. I asked because they look just like him. Yeah. You didn't change that yet? The skill at the beginning, that is? Oh, yeah. I'll get around to it. All right. Shorter one this time. Update feedback. The Dreamscape is a fun space to play around with. It was very fucky. Yeah, I tried to make it a bit weird. It was really cool that when the MC finally escaped the dream world, he had that reverb issue with his memories. Might have been even cool if it was drawn out a bit more. You'll see. You'll see a bit more on that. It's not exactly over. We'll just say that. All right. Remember, I ghosted this game because I was busy with IRL issues, and when I came back, I was going through the hero arc, and it knocked my socks off, and it felt like everything, like it was never going to end. It feels like a real book with a compelling story. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, if it feels like a real book, that's good. What game did you make? First time chatter, Cruete. I made a visual novel, mate, and an adult visual novel that has a lot of action and fighting and stuff. We've got a viewer that's never played my game before. I don't think that's ever happened. But yeah, thanks for coming. But it's a weird game, but most people seem to enjoy it. I haven't really gotten any. No, I've got. That's not true. I've gotten some people who say that they don't like the game, but most people, and I say like 99%, seem to enjoy it. It's got to be close to a 30-hour game. Still not the longest though. The Last Sovereign clocks in at 80 hours, and it's still not done. Jesus. I haven't played Last Sovereign, so I don't know. That's a fucking long game. Jesus. Imagine being a solo adult novel game developer making a larger game than Life is Strange. How long is Life is Strange? To be fair, Life is Strange has all the lip syncing, the animations, and all that bullshit. So it's not really the same thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a hard life as a solo adult game dev. Yeah. Just a random suggest. I know we can do it via mod menu or save editor, but an option to change out the main character's hero name. Yeah, that's true. In the version 1.0, I might do that. The Rants games are long as fuck. Yeah, that's true. And they have gameplay too. Rants games are actually pretty good. They're actually kind of addicting. Like the gameplay aspects, even like ignoring the sex. Last Sovereign being an RPG Maker game also plays a big part of it being 80 hours plus. Right. Actual gameplay. Yeah, fair. That makes sense. WQQ, will there be more gate content in the future? Yeah, maybe. If you count trap content as gay content, then yeah, maybe. God, I wish they would make another Sengoku Rant. Yeah, that was the best one. Sengoku Rant. I played that for ages. That was actually a really good one. Yeah. Alright, did I read all this? It was really cool the MC finally escaped. Oh, yeah. A lot of Captain Superhumans having their own escape plans and executing them in synchrony, is that a word? Was way more fun, exciting, suiting their character natures than one character rescuing everyone at once would have been. Great shit. Yeah, I like that as well. It goes back to having other characters that are actually competent, you know? Because no one's just going to sit there and wait to be rescued. Well, some people might. But a competent character is not going to sit there and wait to be rescued. They're all going to have their own plans. It's kind of convenient that they all happen to escape at the same time. That's kind of convenient. But I feel like for the cool factor, it's worth it. It's worth it. Shopkeeper having a store in the Dreamscape was hilarious. Good shit. Yeah. Thanks for bringing my energy drink along, bro. Charlie appreciates it. Yeah. Good old Shopkeep. Torn between wishing each type of connection busted open this bro's head in a different way, like repetition in the description. Yeah. I don't know if I'd... Well, for one, it's easier for me. So that's just a net good overall. So there's that. But also, I think having it repeat the same thing over and over again adds to the impact of it, I think. Like, adds to the... I don't know what the right word is. Not the explosiveness, that's a no. I don't know what the right word is. Adds to the theme, I guess. I don't know. It adds to it in a way. The sex scenes could probably use an extra render or two. That's true. They feel shorter than they used to. I don't know if that's true. The exception was the Tiff one, which had a good length to it. Scenes are still pretty damn creative. I really like the Danica one. Brutal cliffhanger, nice. Yeah, I did like the Danica scene. The Danica, I don't know if I feel like they're shorter though. I feel like if anything they're slightly longer, or about the same. I don't know if they're shorter or not. But they could use an extra render or two. It's just that I can't. I can't be stuffed. It's too much work. Maybe if I start figuring out the AI bullshit, maybe I'll have like more time to do like the extra renders, you know. But it's so hard to get the AI to pose bullshit, you know. Like every time I try to get an AI to like even just like doing like fucking doggy style or anything like that, it just fucks it up massively. It's not worth the effort. It takes too long. Like the way I use AI right now, like to do like the background renders, that's good. Like that's easy. It's just one click, you're done. You've got like 10 that you can choose from. You like filter it, you cut it apart a little bit and paste it together. That's nice and easy. But the fucking having it do actual characters, it's maybe I'll be able to figure it out, and then I can add some more renders into it. But even if I do, it's probably going to be like how I do some characters is like I draw the character fully, and then I add it to the I don't know if anyone uses AI here, so maybe you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But there's like a thing called image to image, where you put an image you've already made, and then it what do you call it? Alters it with the AI. And one of the uses of that is it like fixes some of the shading issues I have. And I like doing that for some of the characters. One of the characters I did that for was... Which one? What was it? Oh, the Harpy girl. Yeah, not the Harpy. No, not the Harpy. The Banshee girl. The Banshee girl, yeah. Yeah, one of the things it does, it fixes the shading. It can be a little you can't make it change it too much. You can never go really above like 10%. Otherwise it fucks up like a lot of the shit. The faces, the hands, it fucks all that up. But one thing, as long as you put the setting to low, it kind of fixes a lot of stuff. So if I can get that to go up to, like higher, maybe I could like make more CG renders by just like making shitter versions and then having the AI fix it up more. If I can get it to like a high percentage to work, maybe I can do that. I don't know if it's going to work though. It's complicated. Yeah. I don't know. We'll give it some thought. We'll see how it goes. The Last Sovereign. Oh yeah. Traps. Trap. It's what do you call it? Or femboys, if that's what you want to call it. Femboys. That's basically what a trap is, right? Chicks with dicks. yeah, all that. If you like Sengoku rants, then you like the Recon game Kichiko rants, which is Sengoku rants based in combat strategy stuff. Yeah, maybe. But the problem is Sengoku rants is a long fucking game, and I don't have that kind of time. Could you pretend like you're angry at the plute for not watching your stream so I can clip it and troll his ass? Nah, man, nah. I don't do good in the fake angry, the acting and all that bullshit. Sorry, mate. But yeah, if Plute's not interested, he shouldn't watch. You know, it's just how it goes. Some people just like the game as it is, and I think that's a good attitude. What do we got? The designs have been getting more and more anime / Final Fantasy like. Have they? I mean, I don't know if they've been getting more anime. Final Fantasy like, I can see. Because my faces are kind of a little more realistic than anime. Because anime, you know, there's like the dot noses, the tiny noses and stuff. The massive eyes. Well, not... Some have reasonable sized eyes. I don't really think my style is anime like at all. Well, a little bit anime like, but not very much. Final Fantasy like, that's probably fair. I have to agree with this guy about the sex scenes. IG, not all of them, but quite a few definitely felt quite a bit shorter than I'd like them to be. The first one I recall is the scene of Emily, where she's searching clues for Ella. Which one was that? Is that the Moonlight one? I can't remember. Weird World, imagine Superhuman became so big that you got a proposition to make a Superhuman TV show. Also, will version 1.0 be the final version? If not, will you be adding to the story from there on out, or just fixing bugs and adding quality of life features? Well, I'll be doing all of that. But as for 1.0, that'll be the end of the Superhuman as it is now, with the potential for a sequel. Met. I mean, you can micromanage specifically if you draw the base, but I think only work with I think it only work with like Stable Diffusion if you install it and edit it later. Well, I've got Stable Diffusion, but waste like 40 or 50 gigs. Yeah, but it's worth it. Stop being pulled by a real SSD. Yeah. I think the game is really awesome. But how do you feel about open world Superhuman game with no porn? It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Like, I'd enjoy it, but it'd be too difficult for me to make. So that's the problem. That's the problem. Hello, man. My man. Love your game and love you and your diligence. Oh, thanks, mate. Honestly, for me, the game is a perfect 100 out of 100. The only problem is the time, because with your talent, you can do amazing things. Oh, thanks, Miguel. Appreciate it. Looking forward to all your projects. Yeah, hopefully they turn out well. Like your drawing style much better than the anime, in my opinion. Yeah, it depends on the person. Some people like it better. A lot of people feel like it's very, unrefined is probably the right word. And that's mostly because I can't be stuffed refining it. It takes too long. Maybe if AI gets better, I'll be able to refine it more easily. And then I'll start refining everything. But, I like my kind of rough style as well. I appreciate it. I think the game is really awesome, but how do you feel about... Oh, yeah, I already said that. Just be like you fly around, main quest is... the story, basically. Side quests are like hunting monsters and stuff. Yeah. Level up, maybe co-op Superhuman. That'd be interesting. Yeah. All right, let's move on. How many have I gone through? I've gone through basically not even half. Like a quarter, maybe. Jesus. We're not going to be able to finish this today, I don't know. I don't think. Maybe we will, but yeah, it's not looking too good. All right. Might have to finish this off tomorrow. Oh yeah, this one I just found interesting. This isn't actually really criticism, but I just found interesting to have a look at my old schedule. It takes roughly 2 months or a bit more usually per update. We've had pretty big updates the last couple of years, so it's taken longer than the earlier ones. After 1.0, that might change. Maybe. Here's a breakdown of releases I've made if you're curious about how often they happen. The patch numbers are for the beta versions. Public is a week later, so lengthwise no different. True. There are a couple of outliers, those being the Big War updates, which took over 3 months and over 1,000 images, as well as the Kidney Stone update, which was 110 days. 110 days. Was that the Kidney Stone update? I feel like the Kidney Stone isn't the one made in 110 days. I feel like that was some other thing. But yeah, Ignoring those, you get a bit over 60 on average. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know when the game would be done, but 1.0 is at the end. It'll still keep going, but we should be getting 1.0 this year or early next year at the latest. I'm hoping it'll be this year. I'm really hoping it'll be this year, but you never know. Now let's have a look at the dates. My first release, February 13th, 2021. Jesus, it's been 3 years already. 3 years since I started this shit. Fuck me. Man, that was a long time ago. I feel like I've made good progress since then. Like the amount of 30 hours of gameplay in 3 years, I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's a good amount. Yeah. Version 0.2 is March, so that's less than a month. 22 days. Jesus, that was fast. To be fair, it was a lot shorter than what the updates I'm doing now, but man, that was fucking fast. Version 0.3, 42 days. Okay, yeah, we're getting higher. Then 43, 33. Wonder why that 33 one happened. Why was that one so fast? What was version 0.5? I can't even remember. 40, 47, 55. I think 55 was around around 0.7 was when the Klaus things happened. I think. I'm fairly sure. Because I remember it was later on in the year. I'm not sure which one was the Klaus arc. But yeah, it'd be around there. So we're going 63, 63. Yeah, we're getting about to the 2 month mark now. 0.9, 69, 65, 69, 99, 70, 110. Which one was this? Which one was 110? Was that the Sin Infiltration one? Maybe? That one took a while. But yeah, it's interesting to see my my past schedule. Be cool if I could get back to the 22-day ones, and that'd be nice. But we'll see. So since Santh is giving us monster parts now, can we get a monster cock part? Maybe. Been here since the start. I guess you joined from F95A, Scyther. Is that right? I'm guessing. Won't forget seeing your development page on F95. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. What's up, Weird World? What's up, Dan is the man? Oh, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, that's a long time. 3 years. Fuck me. Jesus. Yeah, anyway, let's get going. Let's get going. See if we can get a few more before I have to go. I've got about an hour left. My feedback as a newbie. How do you say that? Miguel? Mig? Sorry, mate. The side of the update for 2 to 3 months is perfect. Like a long movie that you're obviously going to watch more than once. Oh, okay. The battle with the S Plus for the S Plus hunt was incredible, especially being able to see Shen's manipulative personality, which fits his superpower. I agree. And Bernhardt's overwhelming power and experience. With just his presence, gain respect for from both allies and enemies. Yeah, I enjoyed the S Plus hunt. Yeah, that was a good battle. Yeah, that was good. It's like it wasn't too long either. Yeah. Until now, Mind Trade has been intangible, but used for obtaining information. But now being able to connect with others through dreams is 100%. Yeah. I like that I'm heading more into the memory. It feels good to finally, at long last, head into the memory side of things. I do enjoy that. Seeing the nature of the story with an MC open-minded to any fetish, power, love, hungry. I hope we can have spicy content with Mum in any way. Sorry, mate, not happening. I don't know if it's incest, since what the heck was Mum actually, but a character like her cannot be ignored. It's only for the dad, mate. It's, yeah, sorry. Twin scenes in the lake was terrifying. Love that. This would have been the update before last. Yeah, this was a while ago, yeah. Yeah, the lake scene, I don't know if it turned out exactly how I imagined it, but I'm overall satisfied with it. It seems that the origin of ancient monsters is something like the stories of the Greek/Roman gods, a drama between all-powerful beings on the celestial level. Love that too. That's an interesting theory. Even though Thanos doesn't, Thanos dissing makes me laugh, as if he were a 2000 robot doll. I get the impression that he has a second, much more terrifying form. Thanos. Interesting. Been here since the first in-game week. Found that edition on an old computer. Been great so far. What game are you going to stream next? I vote here. Oh, you did the vote? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I'll play Hotline Miami. I watched the trailer of it. It seems cool, and I heard it's really short, so we'll play the Hotline Miami. We'll do it. I was thinking of playing the Vampire Masquerade, but the problem is I've already beaten the game twice. I played one as a Tremere, Blood Magic, because I always go Magic first, and then a Malkavian. So I don't know if I really want to play the game again. I don't know if that's going to be exciting or not to play a Vampire Masquerade again. But maybe a Nosferatu run would be interesting. I hear that one's quite different, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, here comes the long ass one from Horny Lurker. Is this Song Maps? I think Song Maps took credit for this shit. I don't know if I'm going to read all of it, but we'll try to get through. Hello, here to write my critique review of Superhuman as asked by my fellow Asian dude, Weird World. So you can basically ignore this comment unless you are scared to play the game because of me boring. Yeah, a bit of a shout out to Josh there. The start, good. 10 out of 10, if not 9.9 out of 10. That's generous. Superhuman is one of the rare games that you can bat an eye on it. And you can feel a deep energy inside of you that brings you to the game. We will have a pretty good description about the game. I'm going to change that, by the way. I feel like the description, it's alright, but it could do some a bit of a touch-up. The site, you found it on TF Game, did you? Songmat. Oh, interesting. And I couldn't resist seeing a game with goth girls in it. Mana Culture wouldn't, yeah. Avoiding spoilers or any details about the story, for those who may be curious, the game is fucking fascinating. Unlike any other types of porn games that try to be cutesy or pinkish, Superhuman doesn't sugarcoat it for the sake of the porn. The game is dark, the game knows it's dark, and the game doesn't hold back jack shit when the game needs to be dark. If you expect to get mugged in a porn game just to have your life spared by sucking the robber's cock, get fucked. Here's you gotta get a nice 7-palm grave to get Sparta next time you fuck around. Yeah, you're probably gonna get killed. Yeah, the game's pretty nihilistic in some ways, dark at some places, and while there are one or two that tries to get faith on the world that they live, you can see the predominant thought is, let's cut off there, that you better be grinding some power or else you be a barbecue for a bigger creature, which they aren't wrong. Yet, don't be fooled by this review. The game has funny humor, every character has their charm, and pretty clear motivations that mix well with the environment and can find a reason for a quasi-dystopic world that one death may be a tragedy, but many deaths is just a statistic, as said by Joseph Stalin. Did Stalin say that? Jesus. Yeah, but yeah, you're going to get killed. That's fair. Lots of people will die. The designs are creative, sexy, represents well each character's personality and designs, and the best of it, massive cleavage. Yeah. I don't care what you think that it's obnoxiously big. You have bad taste. I'm partial, and I'm not going to make light of. Thank you, Weird World. We need more of that. Yeah. There's some killer knockers in it. Yeah. The design does what they have to do with no such things as armor, weird hairs, cosmetics, or stuff. Some characters will have such things, but most people have only their uniform and clothes, maybe lipstick and makeup as principal component, which is great, as I don't see people using a Warhammer armor in my daily life, nor do I use it, sadly. Yeah, I do wonder if I go overboard with the makeup thing. But the reason I have such heavy makeup on the girls is I feel like it helps distinguish the characters. Like, for instance, having Alice with like the aqua blue lipstick and all that, and compared to Emily who has the purple, I feel like it kind of helps distinguish the characters. It makes the design more interesting. Those are my principal points. I think the game, should be more spotted on a review for NSFW wannabe game, as the game for sure is more akin to a game with occasional sexo rather than era game. Yeah, in some ways. I feel like most visual novels are sex games though. Story is great, and all in all, good shape. Graphics will have a massive overhaul, so I shall wait for the big overhaul. Art can be improved in some aspects, as some characters has some white spots and chipped parts. Yeah, that's true. But that's something that can be easily changed and can be changed with time, as I think some of them already brought up by me and others. What is the art? Yeah. Whenever I draw with a different color or do the grayscaling, sometimes it like pokes out. Overall, the game was definitely 100 out of 100. Wait, did I already read that? I don't have any criticisms that I think would be worthy throwing here. as it's mostly be a matter of taste rather than technical one, as I'm not a geek for story writing. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, but if I may ask your pardon and give a cent, more asses would be great. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But what a holy Ziat? Oh, holy shit. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's true. More asses. I did. A few people have been saying that. More open sex scenes. What does that mean? The sex scenes of the game are cool and all, but I think it would be good to see more full body H scenes. The problem with that is it takes more effort. I don't want to be drawing people's like feet and hands all the time. It's a bloody pain in the ass. But maybe. We'll see. The body and bottom characters yet the scenes are pretty chest-centric. Chest-centric. It's true. Yeah. But yeah, that's fair enough. More open ones. More non-protagonist related scenes. Oh, okay. At this point of the game, I think it would be possible to, due to all the fuzz that is happening, go play to get it. But it would be pretty nice to see content related to how the world around us, around the protagonist, is keeping up with all the monsterverse. Oh, that's... I thought you meant other dudes having sex scenes. Ah, this is what you mean. Okay. Civilians getting in panic and opinionated about the org, siding with who, the forces from the state, cock police, trying to see what they do when. More scenes, of the outside world. That's true. I tried to add it, not recently, during the hero, like when you were staying with Hero Arc. There was the protests and all that bullshit. I don't want to go too overboard because I think it'd be boring, personally. But maybe having a bit more of an insight into what the other people are doing, that might be interesting. Make more buff girls? There's already plenty of buff girls, mate. But maybe. I don't know how many more characters I want to add to the game. That's the problem. I don't know if I want to add like a lot more or just a few more. It depends. Now, this is just my personal taste, but darker arts and backgrounds, I don't know. I like darker and more punk goth vibe of the early game. Oh, so this guy's saying the opposite of the other guy. He likes the dark themes. Interesting. My inner Zoomer got bored with the intro, but came back 2 months later and tried it again. See, yeah, that's why I've got to remake that fucking intro. Alice's lipstick is beautiful, but now that I think about it, I don't remember if the blowjob scene where her lipstick marks the MC's cock. I love this shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do like Alice's lipstick. I got it from, if you've seen Katana Gakuri, the fucking gambling one, with that, where all the girls have big tits. One of them gets like super excited by gambling, betting on shit. Like the president in that show, she has aqua lipstick, and I really like that. So I added that to the game. I think this game has a perfect mix of goth and like athletic cheerleader types. Yeah, a few athletic girls. Yeah. I also like the idea of more scenes with regular folks. Popularity government stats add to shit outside. Yeah. Can you do a fight scene where the MC fights a bunch of lower superhumans from Sin? I think that would be epic. Yeah, it depends. Need a chubby girl? Emily counts? No, it depends what you mean by chubby. Some people think chubby means a fair bit bigger. You should fix Nia's ass, by the way. It's too small. Yeah. All asses should be fixed. Yeah. Man, that was a long one, though. Good work, Song Maps. Songy Maps. I've only played day 1 of the new update, and I can already tell it's going to be... I'm going to hate waiting for the next one. This game is too addicting. This one had a bit of criticism. Okay, I probably shouldn't have waited before commenting. The cliffhanger went too far to be satisfying. No hint of new power. No feeling of what will the MC do next. Just helplessness. Not sure why everyone uses that feeling. People must react differently to it than me, given its prevalence in games. Is it prevalent in games? I don't know. Like, I'm either going to be bitter or I'll dissociate a bit, and neither is beneficial for my investment in the story. Suddenly, I'm not looking forward to the next update. So yeah, this guy's not too happy. No, let me have a think about this for a second. No hint of new power. Well, that was intentional. I guess I could have given it a hint, but I feel like it just spoils the fight. So, yeah. But fair enough. We did go through like a whole 2 weeks in game of trying to absorb those memories to gain new power, and it's fair enough that he wants to see more of it. But I feel like this is one of the things that makes doing chapters, releasing chapters releasing the story as chapters. One of the problems with that is, like, compared to releasing a book on its own, like the whole book, one of the problems with releasing in chapters is people get very impatient. Like, people might view an update as slightly more negative because they didn't get all that they wanted out of the update, even though realistically, like in 6 months from now, the time between that update and the next, it's just going to be like a few minutes to them. So they're going to get everything they wanted. It's just that because it's releasing updates, it feels like it's going to be another 2-3 months until they get it. So it makes it feel like longer than it actually will be for the final product. Because if I release this game as a final product, this guy wouldn't be saying, well, I assume, I'm not in his head, but this guy probably wouldn't be saying like the first half of what he said, because it'd all just be revealed. Like if he played it for another 15 minutes, it wouldn't matter to him. But since I release it update by update, a lot of these criticisms become more pronounced, you know? And people get a little bit, sometimes disappointed, sometimes angry, sometimes, you know, sometimes they misinterpret what's happening with the story and the direction that it's going in, because they just don't know what's happening next. And there's benefits to releasing it chapter by chapter, to be sure. Like, it builds up hype, anticipation, it builds discussion, all that. So there's that as well. It's just that one of the problems with it is that, some people can get the wrong idea based on the update. Now, what else did this guy say? Oh yeah, this guy's just criticizing cliffhangers as a general rule. He's not a fan of the cliffhanger. Well, my type of cliffhangers, I should say. So yeah, that's fair enough. He feels I don't know what dissociated means. Why would he be dissociated? It's interesting. But yeah, fair criticism, I think. I've only seen people complain about cliffhangers, not because they're bad, but because some people don't like cliffhangers, which I don't understand. It just depends. Some people are just they want the new shit now, you know. And the cliffhanger is just like adding insult to injury, you know. That fella wasn't like me. I was cheering because Liz was dead. Yeah, okay. 2 cliffhangers in a row was a bit. Come on, bro. Yeah. It's just how it goes, man. Sometimes it's how it goes. I don't think the next one will be a massive cliffhanger. I mean, it'll be interesting. You'll want to know more. It's just I don't think the next update will be like a huge cliffhanger. But sometimes you get to points in the stories where cliffhangers are the right decision to make. There you go. Fuck you, Liz is good. Yeah. MC controlling the guard was a hint though. Controlling the guard. Oh, yeah. Can MC be used as a weapon, like transform into a variety of weapons like swords, mace, hammer, echt, to be used by other characters? It wouldn't be efficient, but I think it would be funny. It would be funny. Yeah. Every update ends on a cliffhanger in something, but some cliffhangers are worse than others. I'll say that for sure. Yeah. Sometimes when a game spans updates, I finish that update in the span of 1 to 2 hours, waiting 3 to 4 months. Yeah. It's always rough. It's always rough, especially when you're excited. You start clicking through faster because you want to see what's going to happen next. Yeah, I've seen that for games, for us as well, for other games as well. Yeah. The thing with Amber and Liz's situation is that the game teased the twins for a long time. We didn't really see their powers, and now they're supposed to be dead. This kind of messes with the tension of the cliffhanger, because the expectation is that they somehow survived, so they get a chance to shine. But this weakens the dramatic aspect of the death. And like I said, man, it's just one of the problems with releasing content as chapters instead of like a whole block, like a fully complete game. I'm most definitely in the minority, but I was pleased by Liz's death. Good money, Amber is alive. Yeah, we'll see if you win that money next update. I like Liz, but honestly, having character die would add stakes because we haven't really lost much, and we know everything will be alright because we are the MC. I mean, true, unless you get a dead end and die. That's true. I support Wilbur doing whatever is best for the story. If they're dead and it's justified in the story, I won't be happy about it, but I'll just go along with it. I mean, you can still complain about it. That's fine. I'm never going to say no to criticism. If you think it's bad, just say it's bad. Nick's doing ASD, blah, 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 and taking her with a Ouija board. Yeah. The stakes of characters lost is pretty damn low in the game. People whined and bitched when it came to Laurie of all people. I just want a main character death for more motivation. That's just me. It depends. It depends. Like some stories need deaths that add stakes. Some stories don't. And then there's also, you have to come up with the right time and the right place for the death. That's important as well. Like, even if you need a death to like add to the stakes of the game, you don't want to make it an unsatisfying death as well. So you got to be careful of that. You don't want to be killing people just for the sake of killing people either. So it just depends. There's a right way of doing it, and I don't know if I'll do it the right way, but there is a right way of doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, having dead ends in games, I think having proper dead ends in games, I'll say, like proper extended ones, I think it adds a bit of like stakes to the story in a way that I really appreciate in games like this and in Fate Stay Night. It's one of the things I really liked in Fate Stay Night. It was all the dead ends that you could Shiro could encounter, where you like get majorly fucked up. I think it adds a lot of a lot of suspense. But the problem is, I do have a lot of dead ends, but some of them aren't like the most extensive. Some of them are just like a few paragraphs long, and so those ones, they probably contribute less to that. But if you get like proper dead ends, like say the one with Deus or whatever, those ones, yeah, I think they really add to the stakes of the story, and they're interesting as well to boot. So I think that's important. All right, where's this one from? Oh, this is another itch one. These are from the itch review section, which I'm not sure where you can even see these. Like, I can see them because it's my game page and I control everything. But I don't know if the public can actually see the review, so I don't know what the point of writing it is. Is it just a message to me? I don't even know. But yeah. To start, I will not lie when I say that I first began playing this game because I saw the whole Big Booba on nearly every woman. Then after playing the game and getting through what I believe would be considered several nightmare fuel segments, I began following along with the updates and became more invested in the story that was being told than on what I originally started playing for. Oh, the beat it, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's nice eye candy and a nice break from the dark aspect of the game. However, after reaching a certain point in the story and meeting certain characters, who all, I will say, for the sake of not spoiling too much, involves an epic battle between a knight, is what made me want to see this game all the way to the end and learn the entire story in order to try and see how many ways the game can technically end. I encourage anyone willing to read and see a great dark story unfold to give the game a try and honestly play it however they see fit, since personally I believe you the achievement many different endings simply playing as you really were the MC in this game. Oh, so this guy appreciates the dead ends as well. Yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like I'm picking a lot of comments that jack me off, but most people are pretty positive about the game. So it's not. I saw on F95 there were some low score reviews, and so I cut a few of those then to take me down a peg. So we'll read a couple of those when we get to it. But yeah, most people seem pretty positive about the game. MC becomes Valorant Sword. Yeah. Can we kill Little Ella, please? I want to do it to piss off Tom. Nah, we'll see. I'm not sure you have what it takes, mate. I'll criticize bad writing all day long, but you're a great writer. Oh, thanks. If you kill them off, you'd have to write it carefully, but it can certainly be done well. I don't think you'd shit out bad writing just to get an update out, though. I really like Liz and Amber. Yeah, appreciate it. I feel like the stakes are truly impactful if you have a choice or choices that lead up to that point. You mean the dead end? That's true. I agree. I get a small fish in the big pond vibe now. I'm not sure exactly what that means. The idea that loss equals stakes is really fucking stupid. I hate major character death. I hate tragedy. An example being I loved with The Walking Dead, but I dropped it immediately when Glenn died because he was my favorite character. Death doesn't equal stakes, it equals pissing me off. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For some people, and for some stories, main character deaths just aren't the right thing to do. You're just not supposed to do it. Like a lot of shonen does this. Like they almost never kill anyone off, and sometimes they deservedly get shit for that. But also sometimes it's just good. It's just a good story like that. Like sometimes I give shonen shit, but there's a lot of good shonens out there, and and a lot of time they don't kill anyone. It's just how it is. So yeah, it just depends. Speaking of dead ends, will we be seeing more dead ends like the Eye and the MC being oil-like? What do you mean oil-like? Oh, right, like Kenny dead end, yeah. AKA gaining a different form? Yeah, it could be. Who knows? But Fate Stay Night has some bad right choices. Yeah, Fate Stay Night really fucked you with some of their choices. They were trying to trick you, those fucking shit. But the Tiger Dojos at the end made it funny, so I didn't mind. Tiger's Dojo superhuman in When. Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know if I don't know if I can write consistent comedy like they can. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. Especially since I've got so many dead ends, it's just too much work. Can we make a plot twist where Deus is a really lucky guesser? He had no idea how he killed the MC. Yeah. I think a loss of a person close to the MC is a powerful motivator. It can really add to the story. That being said, I thought Glenn's death was funny because of how overly dramatic it was. I haven't seen The Walking Dead, so I don't know who Glenn is or any of that bullshit. As for it being a motivator, yeah, it can be. It can be. Dave is the real MC of the story. Yeah. Jordan is too innocent for this evil word. Huh. Emotional deaths are fine and all to up the stakes, etc. However, when a huge chunk of the game revolves around a character and all this build-up doesn't get anywhere, it's kind of a waste. Laurie's death worked well to make me feel things because Laurie's content is limited to a point. Twins? Not so sure about that. That's a good point. Nico teleporting Gojo to the sun. Can Gojo be teleported? I haven't read the manga, so I don't know what the limits of his powers are. Walking Dead is really worth it since 1 to 4. It turns to crap afterwards. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Personally, I don't think Major Death can be good to a superhuman. As the game, as someone once said, is giving heavy tendencies to get the twins getting powers and other characters still going to get powers even though they aren't being hunted down by sin fellas. I think it can be detrimental to the story as the game already wrote a direction. However, it would be fine if a friend of the MC died that wasn't on one of the girls, if it was already one with powers or something. It just depends. Like sometimes it can be really realistic and really cutting to kill character that seems like they should have so much potential, but it just ends up getting cut short. That's one way you could do it. But then there's other ways where you can make it like a really meaningful death where they show everything they can and then in the end they're done for. Like Laurie's death, I think, would have been kind of like that, where she showed basically everything she needed to show, and then she died. I just think one main character should kick the dust. Right now we have lost nothing, and it would be established that we will experience loss over our journey. Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends if you count Laurie, because you can save Laurie, but most people, I think, Laurie would die, unless they're playing through the walkthrough. So it depends how hardcore you're playing the game. If you're trying to do everything perfect, and you keep Laurie alive. I think Major Deaths work fine for a game like Superhuman. There are powerful characters in the game and could easily kill MC, so why would his friends be any different? True. I think Wildrow has a lot of flexibility with this. I do. If he chooses to kill them off, it makes it even sweeter when we kill Cole to death. If they live, he can get away with it because Strength Eater's powers are vague. He can go either way, and I think it'll be fine. It's also true. I can't do anything, but I think I wrote a fair bit of flexibility in this direction. And also, what do you call it? How much do I want to say? I don't know if I want to say. There's a right time and place for a character to die. We'll just put it like that. There's you can. I think I could get away with killing most of the characters in the game. Michael, Alice, Ella, I think I could get away with killing most of them at some point in the game. It's just a matter of finding the right time and place for them. That's all. And that doesn't mean I will do that. It just means that I could. I think I could probably get away with it. You just got to do it properly. That's all. That's the thing with deaths. People say whether it's good or bad to have character deaths or not. It's all about how you do it. It's all about how you go about it. The only bad thing about the game is the short updates, in my opinion. I don't know if the updates are that short. I think compared to most adult games out there, they're decent size. But yeah. Oh, fair enough if you feel like that way, though. Maybe just read faster than a lot of people. I don't know. I disagree with those peeps. I think Liz's death is a really good decision in the story because the MC is at a point where he should be focusing more on becoming powerful, and this works as a motivator to do that. Could be. Save Laurie without a walkthrough. I'm a professional. Yeah, if you min-max your stats, you can do it. At release, when you had to choose between a glaive versus saving Laurie, that was a real power move on your part. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to hold my horses as it's getting close to It's getting close to the update, and as the Pope said, both ways can do well. Looking without my likings for the twins, so I'll just wait till we get to kill Cole or fuck him to death. Yeah. Real question, did Daryl actually fuck Glay? Who knows? Agreed. I hope we get the update in a couple of weeks. Do a couple runs, then come to Discord for an informative and well-reasoned discussion. Yeah. Hello, Weird World, I love you. Guina Alexander Sandoval. Thanks, pal. Love you too. In a not gay way. Alright, we've got half an hour left. Let's get through a few more. The art is unique but enjoyable and only improves throughout the playthrough. The characters are interesting and have their own unique interactions with each other. The story, however, is simply amazing and happens to be better than 90% of the superpower-based EroVN I've played in 6 months. Is there a lot of visual novels like that? I haven't seen really too many with superpowers. I guess there's some. They probably revolve more around the sex than the superpowers. The story was interesting enough to me that I considered skipping some of the more lewd scenes in order to get back to the plot I was so focused on. Also, the story has lots of things that make you go, oh my god, how did I not see that coming on occasion? Yeah, I like things like that. Things that you can piece together if you just think about it a bit. But unless you're really paying attention, you don't actually do it. And then you realize it later on. And you go, oh yeah, that happened. And this makes sense. I like moments like those in games. Those are the types of moments that I feel good when I play a game. So I try to incorporate that a little bit in Superhuman. As for content, I spent 60 hours last week, starting from the 20th day in-game catching up with the rest of you. That was more to consume as much content as possible rather than wanting to meet a certain schedule. Overall, I'm still running off the high of consuming so much, so I give it a 9 out of 10, being closest thing to the apostle of our great and beloved God. Good job, Weird World. Hope to see how far you go with this. Yeah, maybe it'll get an animation or comic adaptation like Fate. That'd be nice, but I doubt it. That's more of a Japanese thing. I don't think they do too much of that in the West. But I'd appreciate it. But yeah, 60 hours? That's a long fucking time. How did you play the game for 60 hours? I guess if you read slow enough, like you really examine each sentence, you could probably get that long. I guess. But geez, that's a long fucking time. That said, the porn scenes do give this visual novel a certain flavour, feeling you wouldn't get like from others. Like you see the MC's personal life with zero censoring. I agree. Although I think I go a bit too overboard with it. Not from a story perspective. Which isn't to say I'm going to stop because people like the sex scenes. But I think, in a purely narrative sense, the MC should be having less sex than he is. Oh, actually. Oh, he should be having sex with less people than he is. Not necessarily less sex. I don't like how he laughed when he read, get the update in a couple of weeks. That was ominous. Yeah. What would the MC become if he didn't become a superhuman? Like, would his job life be? He'd probably be like a government worker. Studies in uni, barely passes, then Stephen takes him under his wing and he does shady shit. Yeah, basically. Professional goth fucker. MC is just a slut. He's a slut. I think you got a good balance. Yeah. Uh, yeah, alright. This is an F95 one. We've got to the F95s. Maybe we'll get through all of them. Maybe. Maybe we'll get through all of them. I don't know. Alright. This guy gave me 5 stars. Oh yeah, recently I checked my my fucking what do you call it? My ranked what's it called? My weighted rating on F95. Yeah, the weighted rating. Like I think it's the aggregate of all the reviews you got, weighted by how many reviews you got. So if you get more reviews, you're rated higher. But if you get like more 5 stars, like you're rated more high, that kind of thing. So it like takes both into account. And I'm right up there. Jesus. I don't know what the number is. I forgot what the number is. I think I'm like number 9 out of all the games on F95, which is fucking crazy. Like given how many fucking games are on that site. Like I think there's like thousands of them. They're rating me fucking number 9. I'm just below fucking being a dick, which is crazy, given how many reviews that thing has got. So yeah. Thanks for the good reviews. At this point, if I get anything less than 5 stars, it actually hurts my reviews. But yeah. Thanks for all the 5 stars for the people of you who came from F95. I'm sure that helps me in exposure in a lot of ways. So that's good. Yeah, I'm right up there. But yeah, anyway, let's give this a read. If I'm nitpicking, I'd say 4.5 stars, but since it's not possible, let's settle on a 5 star. I appreciate that. Yeah, round them up, guys. Always round up in your review scores. I appreciate that. Yeah, character grows alongside the MC for the pros. Unique story, art gets better in later updates. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yep. Many choices that actually matter. Yeah, to a degree. It's still a fairly linear story, but I like to call back to the choices you make so they're not totally forgotten. Great fights. Yeah, plenty of content. All right, let's get to the cons. Early art are rough, plus goth style art might put even more people off. Interesting. Yeah, I guess not everyone's a fan of the goth style. That's probably true. I think a lot of people aren't fan of styles that aren't anime styles. I think that's also true. Which, I mean, I could have gone to the anime route. Like, I can draw anime style. It's just, I like a slightly more realistic style. Just slightly. To get 100% lore/scenes, you might have to do certain questionable choices. Some sex scenes might not be for everyone. True. Yeah, that's true. For people who want to get the 100% thing, although there's no rating or achievement for it in game, so I don't know why you would. But for people who just want to see like the whole gallery unlocked, that's true. You might have to go through some less tasteful scenes. To sum it up, if you enjoy a story where the MC is not being the only god among men, but also having allies, antagonists, enemies who are also actually competent and not one-dimensional, then this is the game for you. The MC is still being a unique compared to the rest. Yeah, a unique being compared to the rest. He still has to struggle to get where he is currently in the latest update. It feels earned. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad that the way I've written him so far, it feels like he's earned the place and the power that he has. I do appreciate that. The biggest reason to not play this game is probably because of the art style. The early art is admittedly rough. That's true. It might also not help because almost everyone is in the goth style, and most of the heroines actually have a comically large bosom. Yeah. If you can get over it though, you'll enjoy a great story. That's a kind review. Yeah, nice. This isn't freaking anime. True. But I feel like visual novels are traditionally anime medium. So a lot of people, when it's not like 3D, like because Daz has its own entire style now, its own entire genre. But I feel like when you're doing 2D, if it's not anime style, people don't really appreciate the art style as much. Can we not fuck Cole? Can we just mutilate him and have it set as a trophy? Yeah. No, I think MC should be fucking more. Woodwell. Yeah. I'm sure most people would be saying that. The game takes like maybe 25 hours to complete. How are people taking 60 hours? They're just reading really carefully. I guess that's just how it goes. Heading out. Time to shower. Oh yeah, see ya, Scyther. Thanks for coming in. Bye, Scyther. Don't slip on the bathroom and smash your skull and drown in your own blood. Yeah, yeah. We're all just curious. What do you think about? What do you think of people that pirate your game, even though you release the public and normally better version 1 week later? Lemefau. What do I think about him? I don't think much about him one way or another. People are always going to pirate, whether it's TV shows, anime, my game. People are going to pirate either way. Are they taking money away from me when they pirate? I don't know. I don't feel like they're really taking money away from me. I mean, they could be subscribing to get the week earlier, which would be nice. But I feel like it's probably less offensive to pirate my game than it would be to pirate, say, anime, because you're actually stealing at that point, because the anime is not supposed to be free. So it's probably less offensive if I were to think about it from a moral stance. But in overall, I just generally don't think about it. People are going to do what they're going to do, and that's all there is. I can't control it, so there's not much point to me worrying about it. I forgot about the streaming announcement, Lemel. Yeah. Your style's perfect, don't change it. I don't know if I'd say it's perfect. But as for me changing it, it'll probably just adapt as I get better and better over time. So it might change a little bit, but I think my overall style, the direction I've been heading in, has always been pretty consistent. Like, compared to the start, it's very different, but it keeps a lot of the same core aspects, like the heavy shadows, lots of contrast, that kind of thing. How's the update going? Yeah, it's going pretty good. I'd love to see your anime illustrations. Please do it in a future stream if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, maybe. It's been a long time though, so I don't know if I still can. I probably still can. Anime is usually easier. You have to draw less details, less shading. I think I probably have a few old ones that I could probably show. Broke the rule of no dick in the crazy. Yeah. By the way, what did you think about the music that I think? I forgot to check it. Where did you posted it in game feedback? Yeah, I'll get around to it. Are you still going to implement that different art style you showcased with Ella? No, I've kind of mixed that in with my old art style, so it's like a combination of the two. So that's probably what my current art style is going to be. Going forward, it's just going to be like that art style mixed with my old art style, and we've got a happy medium in the middle, I think. What will the next stream be about? We're going to be playing Hotline Miami. We'll do that tomorrow. Hotline Miami tomorrow, and that should be fun. Should be a good time. Here it's like 4 hours long, so that should be the perfect amount of time to stream. And yeah, let's see if we can get that done. I also at some point want to do, what do you call it? The highest of effort of content, the React to videos content. I also plan to do that. So if you got videos, that'll maybe happen next week. I don't know. So if you got videos that you want me to watch, maybe about stories, maybe they're about gaming today or culture or stuff like that. I consume a lot of internet culture, so I could probably have some thoughts on most things. So yeah, if you want to send me some videos, I'll do some extremely high effort content and watch them. And yeah, put them in the game idea, stream ideas thing in the Discord. If you got some videos like that, and yeah, I'll have a look through them. 4 hours long if you're good at the game. Okay, then maybe 2 streams it'll take. I'm gonna send one of the most cursed videos you'll ever see in your entire life. If it's not safe for work or any of that bullshit, don't bother. But yeah, send some videos. Alright. It's a near 5 out of 5 game. Excellent story, interesting action, relatable characters with well-designed backgrounds and motivations for their actions. Even if you're not a fan of big tit goth girls, it's still something to read just for the story alone. Only a couple of issues stand out from it, being easily the second VN on the best 2D VN on F95. Oh, okay. What are the issues? 1, losing the game is very possible. True. And sometimes quite easy to accidentally do. Yeah. Usually the autosave is pretty robust. Also true. To avoid having to start over, but the early game has a specific part that could mean having to redo the beginning of the game. Is that true? Not a deal breaker, but kind of annoying. The other issue is the early artwork. Calling it rough would be putting it mildly. Some pretty serious issues with character facing the front that has some pretty off-putting perspectives. Also, early creature artwork lacks a lot of details, especially in comparison to later characters. Yeah. Maybe the worst part of the artwork is that some characters are still using their early artwork as their primary portrait. Yeah, that's true. This wouldn't be a problem if they also weren't situated next to an updated, better-looking character, so you can see the disconnection between them. Hopefully, it's something that can be resolved by the time completion of the game. Yeah. All the sprites will be fixed up. But yeah, that's true. So a lot of people have mentioned to me about how weird it looks seeing the updated art of new characters compared to the old art, like Amber standing next to Nathan. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Despite all I've said, there are frankly minor issues in comparison to the positives of the game. Definitely something to play. And absolutely an artist that gives you your money's worth. Thanks. Yeah. Gives you your money's worth. I like that. No worries, it's not software work, but it's criminal nonetheless. Is it like a criminal documentary or something? Yeah, okay. Because he's talking about killing Christy or Valravn. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, a few more to go. More like 3.5 out of 5 stars, but can't do half stars in here. Oh, you rounded up. Nice. You gave me 4 stars. Nice. Pros. The story is great. Okay, simple enough. Cons. Not a big fan of the art style. I get that a fair bit on F95. They're not fans of the art. I think even the later art they're not too big on. But yeah, fair enough. Not enough art for the amount of text. That's an effort thing. I can't be stuff making more. So that's fair enough. In an ideal world, I would make more art for each section, add some more cut-ins, but it just takes too long. Don't like that 96% of the female characters have tits the size of small moons. Yeah, that's true. Scenes are underwhelming due to the limited amount of art, assuming meant to sex scenes. Some of the writing is a bit awkward. I wish you gave some examples of that. Because I do sometimes... it's hard to say... Hard to know when you're reading your own writing which parts are weird and which parts aren't, because it feels so natural to you. So I wish you did give some examples, but it's fair enough. That's probably true. The story is doing a lot of heavy lifting, and is pretty much the entire reason the game is still getting a 3.5 or 7 out of 10 for me. Fair enough. Held a message for reason, aggression. Allow will post it to chat. No, Raven Boy, why you? Just kill the thought. Nobody likes that thought. Yeah. Intro art and world building is way too good. You think? Wait, is he talking about another game? Or is he talking about another game? Also, by the way, did you think about the music I sent? I already said that. I haven't seen it. He answered that already? Oh, yeah. The man has some real talent, and I'm glad he's using it. Hopefully he gets the Crimson... What game is this talking about? Crimson Keeps games. I wonder if that's something I should play. You get a 4.8 out of 5 for me. Yeah, as long as you round it out, mate. Hello, Weird World. Hello, Haiji. Hiji. Welcome. Today, my friends, I feel an urgent need to recommend this game. Yes, it features peculiar fetishes, and indeed, the art style is somewhat unusual. However, firstly, all these peculiar fetishes can be avoided, and they don't constitute even 10% of the sexual content. Additionally, the art improves significantly in the second half of the game, but that's not why I recommend it. The story is the true gem here. Okay, another story enjoyer. Nice. It's simply the best narrative I've encountered in a porn game. At this point, I eagerly await updates just to discover what happens next. Even if you removed all the sexual content, I would still stand as an excellent visual novel. I've never encountered such an intriguing and gripping story, not even at Japanese visual novels. As you delve deeper into the game's universe, it only leaves you with more questions craving answers, and that alone wasn't enough. Every single character, without exception, has a distinct personality. Even the extras, who have been featured for 5 updates, are memorable. The love interests have their own arcs and evolutions. It's not merely a sandbox where you engage in intimate encounters minutes after meeting them. Moreover, the fight scenes are simply breathtaking. They make you feel as if you're reading a manga due to the excitement. They immerse you in the narrative to the extent that you find yourself contemplating the consequences of your actions, or lack thereof. The game can penalize you with a dead end for your neglect of training, yet the development of the main character's powers remain compelling, so you don't feel burdened by the grind. The antagonists are all... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I did try to make the progression of them MC's characters over those training events. I tried to make them like fun. Like you're not just practicing in like a boring way, like doing push-ups and all kind of bullshit like that. I tried to make each of them like a new discovery for the MC. That's one of the things I like about the MC's shape-shifting abilities. It made it really interesting. The antagonists are wonderfully crafted. You generally despise them and eagerly anticipate any moment to defeat them, though sometimes it's wiser to spare them. And best of all, or worse depending on your perspective, each update leaves you yearning for more due to brilliant cliffhangers that leave you on the edge of your seat. A cliffhanger enjoyer this time around. Yeah, okay. Good to hear, good to hear. If I have to critique the game, here we go. Aside from the usual fetishes and art style, which I personally appreciate, it would be that although decisions are significant, they don't alter the story much. Yeah, that's true. The only real change occurs in whether you establish a relationship with one of the girls and whether the public perceives you as a hero. Other bad decisions lead to dead ends. Yeah, that's true. It's basically because it's too much work to add more. Yeah, that's basically why. Yeah, Crimson Keep and Eld are really good games. Not for stream though. They are porn games. Okay, fair enough. Have you read Chinese web novels like Xianjia or Xuan Huan? They can be over the top, but the concepts are truly... Yeah, I haven't played any, read any of those. They sound interesting though. One of a really good anime I watched based on one of these Chinese light novels was Mu Dao Zushi. Excellent anime. Fuck me, that was such a good anime. It's kind of gay, but even the gay parts I kind of like, to be honest. So, yeah, really good anime, Mu Dao Zushi. Really good, like a power system. Really cool fights, really cool animations. The voice acting is fantastic. I really like Chinese voice actors. Chinese voice actors are fucking killer. Jesus, they're fucking good. Man. Yeah. If anyone wants a new anime to watch, I'd recommend Mu Dao Zushi. Really good. Really good. This cliffhanger enjoyer is probably into edging. Probably. Man, ISTG. What does ISTG mean? I don't know. Your art style has potential to be an S tier manga. You reckon? Oh, I appreciate that. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate it. I love your avatar. Thanks, man. What anime did Weird World recommend? Mu Dao Zushi. It's a Chinese one. It's about a necromancer, basically. And Chinese fighting. Stuff like that. I swear to God. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, watch it if you're looking for a good anime. Fucking good. One of the better ones I've seen in a while. Shit. We've got 10 minutes. I don't think we're going to make it through all of them. We'll get close and then we'll finish them off tomorrow. This game is a total blast. It's one of my absolute favorites in a long list of games I enjoy. Sure, it might not boast a laundry list of features, but what it lacks in quantity, it makes up more than makes up for in sheer insanity. Oh. Wonder what features he's hoping for. Like proper gameplay? Is that what it means? Let's talk about the dev's creative process. It's like they took one look at prototype and said, let's crank this up to 11, and you know what? It totally works for me. If you're into weird stuff like fuzzy pizzas or bizarre color schemes, the game is a must play. I do have some weird color schemes. Now onto the real meat of the game, those power-ups. Every time the main character levels up, it's like my inner 5-year-old with a mischievous streak goes bananas. I mean, who doesn't love the feeling like being an unstoppable force of nature? Plus, this game caters to all sorts of unconventional tastes, with fetishes and kinks aplenty. And don't even get me started on the story. It's so bizarrely captivating. It'll have you glued to the screen for hours on end. But I'll be honest, those fight scenes, they can drag on longer than a snail on a leisurely stroll. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about the good brawl, but in a game meant for, well, grown-up fun, not everyone's going to have the patience for the marathon battles. Still, I'm crossing my fingers for more updates. I'm hoping this game isn't as close to the finish line. Yeah, this is the reason why I clicked this specific comment, because I don't hear it too often, but sometimes people do mention that the fight scenes go on for too long. And I do wonder about that. If I make the fight scenes too extensive, like maybe I should cut down on them a little bit. Because the Valravn fight is one of It's probably a fan favorite. And that one's not one of the longest fights. I think it's not one of the shortest fights, don't get me wrong, and it's got plenty of time to it. It's just it's compared to, say, the Klaus like Mafia fight or the Daryl fight or the Jake fight. It's like maybe 2/3 the length. Like I think maybe that's a better time frame that I should be making my fights. So that could be something to think about. Yeah, I don't know. Someone that thinks negatively of the fight scenes, what is this bullshit? Yeah, I don't know. The fight scenes are fucking peak. Make them longer, Wield World. Jesus, I don't know if I'm not going to be making them longer. Unless it's like multiple fight scenes happening at the same time, I'm not going to be making them longer. I very much disagree with his opinion on the fights. Oh, yeah. The only one that I thought dragged was the Daryl Jake. Yeah, I got a few messages on that one. What's the game called? It's called Superhuman, mate. You can find it on itch.io by Weird World. It's a crazy one. It's what do you call it? Not safe for work, for sure. So if you do end up downloading it, I wouldn't play it at work. But if you like those kind of games and you like some action, some fighting, if you like shonen anime, then give it a shot. I reckon you'll probably enjoy it because there's a lot of that shit in there, and a lot of sex scenes as well. So if you like titties and you like action fight scenes, then it's probably a game you'd want to give a try. If you're a big titty enjoyer, play the game. Yeah, true. Now, the fight scenes are legendary for me. Absolute peak. More fight scenes is better, to be honest, but if people prefer more NSFW, I can't complain. I'm probably going to keep the ratio I have now. The fight scenes to NSFW, I think I've got a good balance as I'm doing right now. So I'm probably just going to keep that. I love the long fight scenes. The fights are one of my favorite parts of the game. There are people there that are unironically like NTR. Of course, there are going to be a lot of dog shit opinions. Hard to agree with the more fight scenes. Yeah, it's just too much work. I usually get at least one up per update, I think. So I think that's a good amount. 4.5 rating for me. Oh, but he rounded it down, the piece of shit. Fuck this cunt. No, just kidding. But 4.5 rating for me. Even though the story is definitely alike for those of manga and comics, it's catchy enough to keep me hooked. That being said, it doesn't mean it's without flaws. My biggest gripes with it is the hero thing and the lack of changes regarding the MC's behavior depending on the choices made. I could never believe that someone who's actively being rebellious would meekly follow orders or blindly accept anything from the very people who proved on more than one occasion that they're a bunch of power-tripping fascists. Okay. Besides the story, well, if you compare it to the sexual content, then it's clear that you should really just play the game if you like the story, because it simply dwarfs whatever sexual content can be found in it. Probably true. If anything, I think if you treat this game as a manga or comic with a sexually explicit content in it, then you have good chances to be more than pleased with the experience. If that's what you're looking for, you should give it a shot. That's a fair review. As for him going along with Hero, I mean, basically, if he doesn't, he gets into space. So there's that. But are they power-tripping fascists? I don't know, maybe in some ways. What does fascist even really mean? I don't even know the actual definition of fascist. What's the actual proper definition of fascist? I guess they want to be authoritarian. So in some ways, but they're not really taking control of humans, are they? So in a lot of ways, they're not fascists because they're not using the power they have that they could easily use to take over the human race. So they're not fascists at all, really. But then again, they do exert a lot of control. I don't know. They're more like the Illuminati than fascists, really. But yeah, fair review. Kill him. Addicted to the plot, yeah. If MC took traits from parasitic species, would it work on superhumans? Like MC's tentacles birthing parasitic eggs inside enemies? It'd be weird. I don't know if I want to do that. And inside a superhuman's body, it's probably not going to work anyway. Fascist was a long leap, but it's more authoritarian or something. Good review though. Liked him. Yeah. Okay. I think I have criticism. How come we don't have an option to cancel our route with someone? I want to stay enemies with some people, not burn them. Which route? where you stay enemies, and you burn them. What, Danica? I feel like you get the choice to kill her. That's the only one I can think of where the enemy becomes like that you fuck. A chick that you fuck. I don't want to be friends with her. I want to kill Ella. I want to kill Ella. Okay. Well, all at the right time. I mean, let's face it, if you fought Ella, you'd lose. So, all in its good time. Yeah, Illuminati is good comparison, I mean. Yeah, Illuminati is good, mate. It's a good thing for society. Oh well, the stream is still going. Had a nice shower. Well, it's about to end, so welcome back, but we're about to end it. Do we have time to read one more? Nah, we don't even have time to read one more. No, this is going to be the end. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll be on tomorrow, same time. What? Same time? Do I want to do same time? Let me think. If you can. I can. It's the question if do I want to. Let me think. Let me think what the hours are. For me, I start at 9 a.m. I could probably do a 10 a.m. start. So it would be an hour later than this time. What did I say the EST time was for this? It was 7 p.m. So it'll be 8 p.m. for EST. 8 p.m. EST tomorrow. We'll do some Superhuman. What? Wait, will we do some Superhuman? No, we won't. We'll do some Hotline Miami. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Widworld. I appreciate you listening to our ideas and concerns. No worries, mate. We've still got a few left to go, and we'll finish it off. But yeah, this was fun. We'll finish it off tomorrow. We'll play some Hotline Miami for the rest of... I don't imagine this will take the whole time. There's only a few left. So yeah, we'll do some of that. Tomorrow, what is it? 8 p.m. EST? 8 p.m. EST? We'll probably go for like 4 hours or something. Something like that. 4 or 5 hours. Whatever I'm feeling like at the time. So, yeah. Thanks for coming. Let's, alrighty, I'm gonna get on time for the stream. Love the game as always. Love your artwork. Stay safe. Now go love you, man. Yeah. You treated to lunch. Yeah. Do I want to raid someone? I don't know if I can be fucked. Is there someone easy? Right, Creepy Porpoise. We choose you. Hopefully it's fast and I don't have to do shit. Go to dashboard. Stream manager. Raid channel. I never stick around. Fuck, that's my alarm. It's telling me to go. Yeah. But fuck, now I forgot what I was saying. Fuck me. What was I saying? Question, Mr. Weirwood, could we know the planned name of the other games? Wait, this is right at the start? No, this is my fucking... Oh, this is my OBS chat. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna raid this dude, Liminal Vibes. I don't know who it is, but it's a VTuber. I feel like I should be raiding VTubers since I'm a VTuber. I feel like that's the right thing. I'd be raiding Australians, but I can't see any fucking Australians here, so I can't fucking get around to that. But yeah, we'll raid this dude, this chick. I can't see the page. I never stick around for raids. What do they say when I raid? Do they say anything? Do they try to talk to me? If they try to talk to me, say sorry. I never stick around. But yeah. So you guys, raiding in well, right now. Farewell. Bye-bye to the Twitch people. I appreciate you coming. See you later. And to the YouTube people as well, thanks for coming. We don't do raids on YouTube for some reason, because I don't know how. Maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know if it's a thing. But yeah, see you to the YouTube.